The focus for our class has been on policy debate. We talked about how constant debate made an impact on the space program. In this video, we are going to tell you about why debate is important as a general means of critical thinking and teaches you how to accurately articulate your position on a topic.
The idea of debate goes back to the 4th century BCE with Greek philosopher Aristotle. However, he was centuries ahead of his time. It wasn't until the 18th century France that more and more debate was facilitated in the middle class, an oddity at that time when the aristocracy ruled over everything. Jürgen Habermas presented the idea of the public sphere, which is how the public determines the manner in which they should be governed. The public sphere is defined by Habermas as private people who join together to form a public, whereas Goodnight posed the idea that the spheres are specialized, i.e. academic, economic, social, etc.
Before we tell you how debate has been defined within the context of our class and by scholarly articles, here are a few that we collected in our survey, which was completed by 63 people. The people who took this survey did not view our video beforehand. As humans, it is in our nature to be curious and are constantly striving towards higher thinking. In order to have a well-rounded view of society, it is crucial to hear all sides before making a decision. But it all comes back to the question, what is disagreement without debate? Without disagreement, nobody would ever question things and problems would not be recognized nor resolved. Alex Torpey said, "Constructive disagreement could probably be classified as a serious skill, one that few of us truly possess."
While discrediting the other party is a large part of debate, it is important not to discredit their argument by attacking their character. A type of this unproductive is called clash. It occurs when people don't care what others think. It causes overlap. In order to have a productive debate, it is important for all parties to have a chance to speak. To hear all sides of an argument requires a forum in which a person feels as though they have a fair chance to voice their thoughts without interruption and equal chance to challenge the other side. This constant interruption that you see on the news.
Let me break this to you. I respect the Bible, and I take it as an allegorical book, but I'm a Christian, so the New Testament is what I believe in, and the Old Testament, written by prophets.
I love the way the Christian. Right, but they're both written by God, right?
No,
I mean,
God didn't sit down and write it. They were written by prophets, and they were written by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and God, real human beings who actually took it down.
Right. We're talking about the Old Testament now. You know, I know all the Christians want to get behind the happy half of the Bible, where Jesus walks on water.
Wait, maybe that's the love half of the Bible that teaches you to love your neighbor as yourself.
That's right.
Maybe that's what we're trying to get behind here, Mar. I don't know really the downside of that.
But you can't disavow the Old Testament.
I'm not disavowing anything. I'm telling you what I believe in, and what I believe in is love your neighbor as yourself, and don't call them stupid because they don't agree with you politically.
And in presidential debates,
what you would do if Obamacare is repealed. How would you replace it?
Actually, it's.
We're going to move to a.
No, I have to respond to that, which is my experience as a governor.
And so
that's a big topic. Can we stay on Medicare?
Yeah, we're going to do very quickly
let's get back to
before we leave the
Medicare.
economy.
This can seriously affect how your message is received. While many may think that it is more important to be the one talking the loudest and most frequent, listening is just as crucial in a debate. Without knowing what your opponent is saying, how will you know how to accurately and infallibly refute it?
Listening in a debate is just as important as speaking in a debate. If you don't know what your opponent is saying, you're not going to be able to respond to their arguments.
Most people aren't listening. Most people are waiting for their turn to make their arguments. That's a very different operation than listening. To listen very carefully, because everything they say, they have to be held accountable for.
It is important to be informed and thoroughly knowledgeable about your side of the resolution. A good argument dismisses potential arguments while at the same time avoiding fallacies. Debate is not only important when arguing with your crazy uncle at family get-togethers or trying to persuade someone in a face-to-face situation. It's important at work. It's important at school. If you want to convince someone to accept your proposal at work or give you an A on your paper, you first must convince yourself and be confident before you can persuade someone else to do what you asked. This confidence comes from knowledge.
We had some interesting results from our survey of 63 people. 60.3% have never taken a speech and debate class nor been a part of a debate team. 40% said they aren't scared of debate, while 36% said the thing that scares them the most is the idea of having to think on their feet. Over 74% believe that the basics of a good debate should be taught at every school. Now here are some things that people have said about the importance of debate through our survey. Through the opinions of the people that took the survey, it is evident that debate is necessary and should be promoted more in curriculums in order to develop young people's skills in quick thinking and rapid responses. Alfred Snyder of University of Vermont's World Debate Institute stated, "Debate as a critical skill is more important now because we live in an age of information, where information is power, and debate is all about how to turn information into power. You learn to look at information and separate out the good from the bad, the relevant from the irrelevant, then organize it, and organize it for a purpose. What good is information if it drowns you? It is only useful when you can harness it to a purpose."
With this video, we have presented you with our argument. You have heard the opinions of scholars and the opinions of the people kind enough to take our survey. We challenge you to find a topic about which you're passionate. Learn about it, immerse yourself in it. Prove your crazy uncle wrong in an articulate and well-informed argument at the next family reunion.
Just remember Snyder's words that debate is advocacy. Advocacy and the debater must advocate, propose, and defend ideas. Defend your beliefs. We hope you enjoyed our video, and we hope that our advocacy for the importance of debate has made you think.